Good morning, everybody. My name is Menace, and welcome to a TeamDownTv presentation. Today we are doing the ACL online tournament, and I am joined by our newest member, Place.
Hey man, what's up?
Oh, not much. So this game is round 3 in the online tournament. Day 1 here, guys. It's going to be Avant Redemption versus Crux. Not Crux Crew. This is just Crux. And we're going to have Avant Redemption over there on the blue side. And on the red/purple side is going to be Crux Crew. We're going through the picks and bans already. Now, keep in mind that Aatrox is globally banned for this tournament. Because he's a new champion, the guys have made a decision that ruling that he is a global ban, so no one is able to play him, and if anyone does, I believe that's a forfeit. I'm not sure on that, but Aatrox is globally banned, so we won't see any Aatrox play today, which is unfortunate because I really do enjoy him. I've had a bit of a play with him, and alright, so we've got the picks and bans going straight away. First pick, last ban over there for purple team. So far, Avant Redemption have banned out Nautilus, Thresh, and Twisted Fate over there for Crux, Jace, Sona, and the final ban is Blitzcrank. So there's a few pretty big champions still available here, Place. There's Shen. Shen could be picked up.
Yeah, so Twisted Fate already banned out, so looks like Avant going to be getting rid of those global pressure champions. But with Shen up, could be picked out here actually.
It is his first pick though from Theocles. He's picked himself up a J4. I assume that would be over there for the jungle. First pick Jarvan. Such a good jungler. Pretty well-rounded early champ. He can make the plays, can give you those lanes. The real advantage with a few ganks. Force out summoners with his Cataclysm. And a well-rounded champion over there for Crux. They're going to be getting their first 2 champions. We'll have to see what they are. And what are your opinions on J4, Place?
So J4, really strong jungler actually, all through Season 3 so far. You know, really versatile. He can jump around with his flag toss combos. The Cataclysm can be dodged by a lot of champions, but still strong nonetheless. And the shield, fast clear time, so just a generally really good champion in the jungle. And we've seen a bit of a power creep actually towards him, given that a lot of junglers have been getting nerfed lately.
The jungle nerfs all round. We've got the 155 golems nerf, which is a bit of a nerf to the blue side for the ADC and support down bot. And we do have Crux. They have picked up Nasus and Caitlyn. So Nasus is a pretty strong champion right now. I mean, he did receive a nerf not long ago, but I assume he could be a jungle or top Nasus. And Axon over for Avant, locking in Zac. So 2 possible junglers. I mean, they could send J4 top. Like you said, J4 mid for all I know. What do you reckon, Place?
So I think they're going to play the Zac in the top lane. That's where he's strongest, I believe. He's got a lot of lane sustain and very good at clearing the waves. And I think you can't really play Jarvan as well in the top lane compared to the Zac, just because he has a lot of counters. But looking over onto Crux though, the Nasus pickup's really strong because he's really good at defending a 2v1 lane if that happens. Throw down the Spirit Fire, help clear out those minions. And as well, he's going to be a really strong shutdown to that Ashe, so a bit of a counter pick by themselves. Avant picking that Ashe is a bit precarious.
Also, such a strong dragon killer. He can go and get Drake so easily with his Q, pop his ultimate level 6, and yeah, really get a nice early dragon. Yeah. All it's going to take is a little bit of advantage, and he can go and do that. Alright, so over for, yeah, they've locked in Ashe for their ADC, and now Yuzumi hovering over Singed and switching over to Jax at the last second. What do you think about Jax, Place?
So yeah, just waiting for mine to update a bit, but Jax, so it's a bit dangerous picking that as a top laner. They do have a general idea that it could be a Zac or a Jarvan for top, but Jax is definitely not majorly picked now in this current meta. So we'll have to watch how that one goes. Could be a strong pick though. I mean, Ashe is definitely struggles at kiting from melee bruises. If she does get jumped, she doesn't have any blinks, so she kind of relies on that slow. So with Counter Strike coming out of Jax, we'll see. That could actually be a counter pick for the Ashe in that case.
Yeah, alright. Now we need more gold. Hovering over Swain for a possible mid lane pick right now. And Kha'Zix's actually being locked in by Furlong over there. So I'm not sure. Maybe Zyra as well being hovered over. That'd be a good combination. Good to see Zyra versus Kha'Zix in the mid lane. Janna actually the support for the guys over on Crux. So it'll be Janna and Caitlyn down in bot lane. Probably Jax up top. Nasa's jungle, and then we will see Azara mid lane locked in. And we're going to go head into the delay time now. Won't be too long. Before we get into the game, guys, remember this is the ACL Pro online tournament. We're up to round 3 of day 1. This is a 2-day event, and we've got so much more coming place. So many more games, and you've already cast one this morning, and it was a really good job. The 2 teams played really well. So far, it's been a great day.
Yeah, it has been. It was a really close game, and this one, we're going to be a close game as well. I like the Kazakhs picks, actually. I think it's good that the players aren't too afraid that after his changes that they still think he's a strong character. I'll just go through the changes quickly, because what they did was they changed the way his spikes work as he jumps. You can't actually throw them out anymore while you're flying through the air. You have to wait till you land or throw them before you even jump. So that's a huge mechanic change for Kazakhs right there. And they also changed his spikes so they can't proc his passive anymore. So they added a slow to it to kind of not take too much away, but they did take a lot of that extra damage off it because you can't proc the passive anymore. So I think it's good that he's still getting play despite these big changes.
Yeah, that's for sure. His Q, Taste Their Fear, is probably going to be a bit more, they're probably going to find more points put into that skill as opposed to his spikes. What would you suggest evolving place now with these changes? What is your recommendation?
So yeah, it's tough. I think with the first evolve point, considering that's probably your most important evolve point, I think players are going to be definitely looking at either the spike still or maybe even the leap now. Because I think the Taste Their Fear relies too much on targets being isolated, and if that's the case, you might go for that. But I think this round that won't be happening too much, so he'll definitely be looking for either the spikes to help wave clear as usual, or the jump if he wants to start roaming and maybe go for some resets.
Yeah, resets on the jump. You just clean up a team fight. If it's very close, Kazakh's jumping around, chucking an Alex Itch out there, can do some really big damage. And he's still a really good champion in my opinion, and has some good analysis on him, I think, for that place. Now, I'm going to quickly run through the teams for this, see who's playing where. So over for Avant Redemption up in the top lane, we're going to have AV Axon on the Zac. In the mid lane, AV Theocles is going to be playing on that Kazakhs. Down in bot lane, it's going to be SFEX on Ashe, and joining him down in bot lane on support is Teals on Anami, and in the jungle we're going to have AV Furlong over on J4. Now over for Team Crux, up in the top lane we're going to have Use Me on the Jax. In the mid lane is going to be We Need More Gold playing that Zyra. Bot lane it's going to be Caitlyn and Janna being played by Zucker and Agi, and in the jungle for Crux is Nasus being played by Wetty. So what are you thinking about level 1 power now, place? Do you think we're going to see any kind of invades, or is it going to be a fairly defensive type first few minutes of the game?
So yeah, that's an interesting one actually, because generally in the Australian scene we see pretty quiet level 1s, teams opting for a safer level 1 rather than going in deep. But with that said, the members of Crux Gaming have been on that team for a very, very long time, a few years now actually. And they are definitely one of the more prominent teams when it comes to invading in the level 1. So we'll see what they decide to do there. Keeping in mind though that Nasus really wants to get his blue buff early, and they don't really have much level 1 patch and CC, I guess, except for the Zyra route and the Janna knockup. So it'll be an interesting level 1 if they do try and go for one.
And the snap traps, you got to land a good snap trap. That could be the end of you.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes, man, that could totally end you level 1. For sure. It's, this, for any of you guys who do watch a lot of events in Australia, it's a totally different situation to a live event, because all these guys are actually online in the comfort of their own home, so they don't have that pressure of playing on a completely different computer. You're at home, you're comfy, you're in your socks, you got your keyboard, mouse, all your binds set up correctly. So this is literally the best environment for these players to be playing in. And as you said, Crux have been around for quite some time. They do play a lot together, so it'd be really good. I think we're going to see some really good plays from those guys. They're comfortable with each other. They know each other's limits. And yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. All right, we are into the skin battle now, and some very sexy skins coming out, place.
Yeah, so just waiting for my client to load up there. It's popping up now. We're seeing Wood Ash straight away from Avant. That's nicely done there. And the Dragon Slayer Jarvan as well. A nice skin. Tempest Janna now from Crux Gaming, Tempest Jax, and Galactic Nasus. I like Galactic Nasus.
Yeah, very Stargatey feel. Is it Woad or Wood Ash? I'm not sure. I'd read it as
Oh,
Woad.
I have no clue. I read it as Wood because she's like a jungle master, but
Yeah, she
I
looks
think
a bit
it's
wood.
Woad Ash. Yeah, it's Woad Ash. My bad.
Wood 5 Ash.
She's actually
No,
gold, so credit to her.
Dragon Slayer Jarvan looks a little bit derpy though. The helmet looks a little bit strange.
All right, so nonetheless, we're going to have a pretty close game here of Avant Redemption versus Crux Gaming. Taking a look at the summoner spells, pretty normal from both teams. Everyone kind of opting for what we would generally consider the ignites for the mid lanes and the top lanes, the barrier or the cleanse for the bot lane, and the exhaust for the supports. I like the cleanse on Ashe though. I think that's definitely what she needed to pick up here against, you know, the Jax Counter-Strike and the Zyra roots. So definitely making the right choice on that one.
For sure, it's going to help her a little bit early game. Get away from those Janna slows. They're very strong. Janna slows are actually very strong early game. All right, we are into round 3, guys. My name is Menace. I am joined by Place. We are covering the Avant Redemption versus Crux game. Avant Redemption there over on the blue side, and for you guys, the red side is Crux. It will not be long before we're going to see some action. Make sure you do head over to ACL Pro on Twitter and follow that so you can keep up to date with all the updates on this tournament and future tournaments so everybody can get in on those. They do hold some really good tournaments, so big shout out for sure to ACL Pro for actually getting TeamDownTv in on this one and giving us the opportunity to cast it. It's been really good so far. We've covered a few matches, and so far the guys in the chat have been really nice as well. So we really appreciate that. All right, so as you said, Place, everybody is defending it up. There's a cupcake down in the tri-brush down bot lane. That could be the end of Nami.
Yeah, she's got to be careful not to grab that trap. It would kill her. No, just kidding. Just going to be spotted by that, though. And I mean, it's a pretty standard play by Caitlyn, just running down there, throwing down the traps. And it's really just to protect the invade on the blue. So that would stop Avant moving through that tri-bush and going for a late invade on Nasus.
All right, and everybody just chilling out right now. Let's talk a little bit about items. Pretty standard items all around. You've got support masteries being picked by both supports. You've got Doran's Blades on your ADCs, and nothing really majorly different. Kha'Zix's going fairly standard Crystalline Flask. You still rate Crystalline Flask Place? What are your thoughts on Crystalline?
So yeah, it's a really good pickup for Kha'Zix. He's pretty mana hungry, and of course his spikes do heal him when he's in melee range, if he throws them out. So Flask is definitely a good choice for him. It's going to help him sustain in the lane. But I think a good item to comment on here is the Doran's Blades in the bot lane. Both champions getting them, but because we have really different champions actually using them, it's important to comment on why these champions got them. So Caitlyn with the 650 range, about a 50 unit range advantage on Ashe. So she's going to be able to make use of that a lot more, getting a lot more poke off, a lot more healing total. And Ashe needs to be careful not to get poked down and then forced away from the minions.
Very true. Ward battle coming out down bot lane, and currently Crux crew winning. Got themselves a pink ward secured in that bottom brush, able to clear out some of that vision and give them control of the lane. But yeah, Ashe versus Caitlyn is a pretty interesting matchup. She can do a fair bit of poke with a volley. It's a very annoying as to lane up against, that's for sure, and as well as the recent changes to her. There we go. Janna actually getting knocked up by Nami. Now so much burst damage going on her, forces a flash out. She is slowed, and there will be no first blood. She just is alive.
Yeah, so just getting out there alive. And in the mid lane, actually, we're seeing a lot of damage going down to Kha'Zix. He's going to be taken out by the Nasus right there. Weddy going really deep, going to pick up the Jarvan as well, just as he tries to get out of there. Nice job. That is double buffs on 2 champions now for Crux Gaming. Win Email Gold picking up them on his Zyra, so a 2-0 lead going to Crux Gaming pretty fast.
I think I was a little bit behind there.
Yep.
Sorry about that place. I've gone straight to the start now. All is good. And yeah, nice work. Zyra getting a first blood, and sorry, I think it was Nasus getting the first blood, spreading the kills around. Zyra picking up one as well, getting the double buffs. And that will definitely sway lanes in the favour of Zyra and give Nasus a little bit of an edge. Well, he had double buff to begin with, so Yeah, Kazik's going to be having some trouble right now. We see up in top lane, though, Jax versus Zac trading. Zac's passive is up. Ignite ticking down on both of those. Jack's going to have to back out of that one.
Will he be able to pick it up? He's got 3 left. He's going to auto-attack them. He's going to be able to reverse the counter-strike for the stun. Beautifully done by Yuzume. Picks it up with the jump and the last slam to the face. So nicely job by Jax. We should also comment that Yuzume is an AD carry player as well. So interesting to see him in the top lane.
Switching it up just a little bit. I'm guessing a lineup change for that one. Probably forcing him up to the top lane. Yes, Jack's nice timing on his counter-strike to actually land that stun just as Zac does come back at a crucial moment and pick up a kill. It is now 0-3 in favor of Crux. This is Avant versus Redemption, guys, if you are just joining us. And, it's a little bit of a gold lead pretty early on for the guys over in Crux.
Yeah, so 3-kill advantage is nicely done. Weddy did a really good job on that mid lane gank to help start this snowball. And we're going to have to watch him to see how he helps his team keep that lead throughout the game.
Alright, and if Cyanide, hopefully you're there, mate, they're saying... Alright, here we go down mid lane, though. Zyra getting jumped on by Java. So much burst damage onto her.
The tower shot!
Wow, Kazik's taken a lot of damage from the tower. There's the passive. Not going to be enough to take away, but Jarvan gets his double buffs back.
Zyra picking up the kill in return on Kha'Zix. He tanked 3 tower shots and did so much damage. So nicely done. And in the bot lane, actually, we're seeing a bit of aggression. Teals has to run away. The slow was down from the... Actually, no, there was no slow. That was her own little buff that she put on herself, of course. I think it's her W. No, her E. Tide Caller's Blessing, sorry about that. Empowers an ally's attacks to slow. Not many people know what Nami truly does with some of her passive, which is, a move speed bonus when skills hit allies and stuff. So she's a good pick.
Yeah, she's been slowly buffed and buffed over the last few patches and starting to become a bit more of a favourable champion to pick for the support role down bot lane. Yeah, so just a Cyanide, mate, they're saying that the overlays are incorrect. We need to change those. Now, bot lane, though, Ashe getting a lot of damage going down onto her. Caitlyn flying in and throwing out a Piltover Peacemaker, but not doing enough damage to pick up any kills. These guys are going to be forced under turret. Not going to be able to back because Caitlyn and Janna are going to push too hard, maybe take that tower away. Kha'Zix is floating around as well as J4. This could be a 4-man gank down bot lane. We will have to see what goes on. Janna actually going back now and Kha'Zix heading towards the mid lane once again.
Yeah, good ward from Crux Gaming there as well on the tri-bush. Just letting them know where all of Avant are. So well done there to Age putting that one down.
Very true. Oh, top lane now. It's just trading back and forth. Nasus is going to be spotted by a ward there, but Zac is just way too far ahead. Is he going to be able to jump away from this one? He jumps over and misses the counter-strike. Nasus is there, though. And here comes the Let's Bounce, and he narrowly escapes death for that one. No passive on Zac would have been the end of him.
Yeah, the stun actually missed from Yuzume because the slingshot from Axon jumped him just a tiny bit, but it actually got him out of the stun radius, so well done there to dodge that one and escape.
First blood and 3 kills up for Crux, but they're only 1k ahead. I guess a little bit extra CS over on the side.
Blue Steel, he gets it. Actually, no, he didn't get it. It went to Weddy there, but now they have to be careful. Looks like Yuzume going to be forced to flash over that wall and get away. The Ignite was ticking, but it's not going to be enough. Crux Gaming cutting it very close.
Very aggressive and ballsy. I think that would go in and get the steal. It would have been great if he did get the steal, but unfortunately, Nasus was able to. I think he smited that one away, or maybe he just used a. Yeah, he just.
Trigger finger on that smite, picked it up. It's nicely done.
Weddy, strong smites, too strong.
All right, so being in the bot lane now, a bit of a farm fest going off, and Ashe actually taking the CS lead by about 9 or 8. So I think that's actually very good job on her part to actually taking a CS lead over Caitlyn.
Yeah, now I'm not sure if we are able to see... Oh yeah, we are. So Kha'Zix has actually used evolution on enlarged large claws. Alright, now J4 though getting caught out in the jungle, way out of position, forced to flash, EQ's away, Nasus with it ticking down on him, Janna's Tornado just missing him, and he's going to get away with his life on that one. I think there's a ward chucked up in there from Avant, so they do know exactly what's going on, and they're just going to disengage from this one.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to contest that blue buff, but now that Weddy's going for it, will Kha'Zix move over to stop it? Looks like he's just going to keep farming. That's going to go off to Zyra in the mid lane. She's going to be happy with that one and get a bit of farm off it too.
Top lane just trading back and forth. Pretty standard laning phase right now. Not much action going on. There we go. As I say that though, bot lane, Nami gets a nice knock up onto Caitlyn. Axel on top lane though, forced out a little bit. Just cannot trade very well with this Jax right now place.
Yeah, Jax is really strong. Using the ulti damage. Actually, we could see an all in here. He's used the leaf strike as well. Doesn't have the counter strike just yet to go in on that. But Axon needs to be very careful here, because Jax can definitely take out his passive as well if he chose to dive, so has to be careful.
Yeah, Cell Division is up on Zac, so he could get away. Never know, see what happens. Or maybe they could use that to their advantage, set up some kind of bait gank. That'd be cool to see. But he is sticking around lane, chugging down health pots as best as he can and trying to regen from using his skills. Kha'Zix's now heading back mid lane. Can go back and buy himself possibly a tier. Maybe start working on that tier, get towards that Manamune. We will have to see. There you go, tier and a longsword being picked up by him. He's got a fair bit of CS. He's not that far behind Zyra, even though he has died twice CS-wise place.
Yeah, so, and we also commented earlier how he evolved his Q first, which is obviously less popular, but he has just been changed, and I think it's good to see how these players are dealing with that change and what they're choosing to do. So it could be the Q actually being the better evolve, going for that extra percentage damage. They actually changed the damage from his Q, so the extra damage based off how much health they were missing is actually extra damage now regardless of isolation, so it's a huge buff actually to that skill, and that's probably why it's going for it. But meanwhile in the top lane, Axon going really deep, the Let's Bounce and the Ignite pop, Yuzume going to be taken out, no problems at all right there. Not really sure why he got caught, but a very good job to Axon to pick that kill up.
Yeah, I think he just continued to trade and to the point where Jax was fairly low and he felt he could engage, and he did so pretty well using Let's Bounce, knocking up Jax around and doing enough damage as well as the Ignite to take him out. And he was safe because Cell Division was up, so if Ignite did take him down, he probably would survive. Might not be able to pick up the kill, but it was worth a try and well played to Zac. People saying GG to Jax.
Yeah, so Yuzume, not really a top laner, and definitely misjudged the amount of damage a Zac can put out. Let's Bounce plus his W.
Oh, mid lane now though, Cataclysm onto Zyra. Zyra's ultimate does go out, picking up another kill onto Kha'Zix. He does go down, but wow, the passive from Zyra almost taken down J4.
Yeah, with the plant damage as well. Very close actually. If he was taking the minion wave for a tad longer, he could have been taken out. So well done to get out of that one, and a nice kill going to Avant right there. But we're still seeing the kill advantage for Crux Gaming, but the gold lead actually pretty even right now. 14.8k roughly each.
Yeah, just CS, I guess, keeping them fairly close right now. And top lane, Nasus and Jax, two very strong pushes. They could take this turret down so quickly. Jax's ultimate as well as Nasus's Q would do so much auto attack damage. And you can see it's already at half health. Zac is in the area. Jarvan is following up as well as Kha'Zix. It's going to be a conga line of blue guys onto Yuzume. Does get knocked up. They're not going to be able to take out the tower. They do see J4 is there. Are they going to pick up a kill? EQ is going to knock no one up, and Weddy is getting slowed. Will the Wither come out? J4 going to keep trying to push him down. No red buff on him, so no more slows.
Yeah, so Jarvan didn't have his ulti to follow up on that one, so a good job to defend the tower nonetheless, but it's only got about 370 health left, so that'll be going down. Actually, in the bot lane, we see the Aqua Prism landing onto Caitlyn. The follow-up right in the wave knocks him up. He's going to get taken out. A beautiful Monsoon to help Caitlyn get out of that one, and a good disengage. So a lot of CC flying down onto Caitlyn right there, but they couldn't quite back it up with the damage.
Yeah, Janna's shield too strong, and that Monsoon actually knocking Nami into a cupcake. That was pretty awesome. Just flew her right into the wall, landing on a cupcake. Nicely played, but Zyra is around the back. She's going to get spotted by a ward. Both Ashe and Nami are going to have to back out of this one. They does land the root. Knock up, though, onto Zyra. So much damage. Here comes another ultimate from Zyra. Forces the flash out by Ashe, and they're going to get away with that one.
Yeah, good choice there. She could have been taken out pretty quick because Ashe, all alone, getting knocked up by that, would have been at the mercy of Caitlyn there, so a good choice to flash.
Top lane now, Axon and Yuzume just trading back and forth. The three minions, the caster minions at the back, just pounding down on Axon, giving Yuzume that little bit of advantage. Cell Division is still up, and Zac is going to head back. Bot lane now, though, there is pretty much everyone except the top lane converging around. Will we see maybe a dragon attempt? There is no vision for blue team. There's a pink ward over dragon, giving the guys at Avant the advantage, the vision advantage over there for dragon. They will see what's going on. Zyra picking up the blue buff, going to go back into mid lane now, place.
Interesting taking a look at some of the items coming out. Nasus opting for the Spirit of the Lizard Elders, so that's an interesting pickup for him there. Going for damage over tankiness, and I kind of like his choice. He's doing really well in this early lane, and interestingly, that item actually will proc its damage over time from his Spirit Fire and his ultimate. So yeah, definitely a nice pickup there on Nasus. Haven't seen it much actually, so I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Pushing potential, and they're going to be able to drop towers down really quick. I think that's sort of where they may be gone with this Jax sort of Nasus. They're just looking to get objectives really quickly. They could smash down a Drake really quick and get themselves a tower if they do gain just the smallest of advantages in these team fights. And so far, only one tower going towards Avant Redemption. Crux not being able to get an advantage. J4 hanging around this bot lane. Nasus has actually left, so will we see a gank from Jarvan? An EQ combo might end it, but I think that they smell what's going on and they're just going to back away from this one.
So I don't think they're going to actually go in. They know Jarvan's there. They saw him with a lane ward earlier on, I think. And the Ashe actually missing. That's going to be a field gold right there, hitting absolutely nothing. And they're just going to back out of that one.
Yeah, trying to make a play from that there. Now mid lane is Zyra doing so much damage. There's the ultimate from her. Kha'Zix pops his ultimate. Ignite going down onto him. Will he fall away? He's just going to poke around that lane. He's trying to bait it out. J4 as well as Zac are there too. Cataclysm down onto her. So much action going on in bot lane as well. Will we see a death mid lane? Here comes Zac. He does get the launch over the side. They're going to be pinching down onto this Zyra around the brush. Nasus is there as well. Throws a wither. There's a flash over the wall. Will they get a kill onto Zyra? Zyra does eventually for her passives up. Not going to pick up any kills though.
Yeah, actually in the bot lane we saw it all in from both teams. Ashe didn't have arrow to use there, but they did land a nice Aqua Prism onto Caitlyn. Followed it up with the tidal wave from Nami, and almost picked up a kill. They forced Janna to use her Monsoon to disengage from that one, and that's going to set up the dragon really nicely for them, taken out pretty easily by Avant.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed right now, and Zac's going to head back. So a fair bit of gold lead now, 2k ahead. Even though they are 1 kill behind, they've got that tower, giving the extra bit of gold. For those of you just joining us, my name is Menace. I'm joined by Places, a TeamDownTv presentation of the ACL Pro online tournament. This is Avant Redemption versus Crux. Avant Redemption over on the blue side and Crux on the red side. Top lane now, though, it's going to fall pretty quickly. One auto attack from Jax.
Alright, so let's take a look at the items now. We are 17 minutes into the game and we're going to see some big items coming out soon, hopefully. And we're already seeing the Infinity Edge onto Ashe when Caitlyn is really far behind on gold. It's about 600 behind, so they are definitely struggling to get those items. Which is interesting because we all expected Caitlyn to do really well in this bot lane, but wasn't the case. Does pick up the Bloodthirster right there. But taking a look at the rest of the team's items, looking at Age on Janna doesn't actually have Sightstone yet, so he's still spending a lot of gold on normal wards. Whereas Nami picking up that Sightstone, going to be rolling in the dough, placing down wards all over the map. So going to be happy with that one. And looking at the mid laners, can see Zyra with her Leandrize now, going to be doing a lot of damage with that. Of course, her plants and all of her skills actually proc the passive from that, so good pick up there.
Right, here's a second turret for Avant Redemption, putting them even further ahead in the gold lead, as well as map presence. Zac hanging over there by the race. Will he jump over the wall? Possibly a tower dive onto Zyra. They really want to shut down We Need More Gold. He is doing fairly well. It is 3 for 3. Every time he's been ganked, he's been able to pick up at least one kill.
Oh, and the slingshot goes in. It's going to pop the Let's Bounce as well. We need more gold. We need more gold. It's going to be taken out. No problems at all. Weddy forced away from that one. Jarvan going in with the EQ. Going to pop off the shield and run out of that one. Doesn't want to get taken out. Is going to get caught a bit by the Caitlyn. Janna here actually choosing to Cataclysm onto them and flash out. A nice play by there. The Tidal Wave going to knock up Caitlyn. Zuko in a lot of trouble here. A lot of slows. The Monsoon to help get them out of that sticky situation. And everyone's just going to disengage. So a lot of presence all over the map just for that one tower dive on We Need More Gold. He gets taken out. So good job to Avant Redemption on that one.
Yeah, I said maybe he could jump over the wall, and he did. He went over, picked up the kill, escaped with bugger all health. Axon is so tanky right now. Got himself the Sunfire Cape as well as a Giant's Belt, and that's pretty much it. He's sitting on almost 3k health right now. So much armor from Sunfire Cape as well. Being able to help him in those trades up in top against Jax. He's got himself 3, 1, and 0. Zach is doing really well right now. He's also so far ahead in the CS plays. He's doing pretty well. Sunfire Cape, he's just blocking off lanes and picking up CS so easily.
Yeah, doing a really good job on that one, and a great pickup too, because it's helped push that top lane in the whole time. And we've seen Yuzume really struggle to really do anything but sit in that lane, because he's just at the complete mercy of Zac. So definitely a nice job from Axon there, controlling his lane, doing a great job.
Yeah, as you said, maybe a little bit out of his comfort zone playing in the top lane. And unfortunately, Zacho not being able to do so well against Ashe and Nami. Nami's knockups are really strong. All it takes is one good knockup from Nami to turn an entire team fight around. It's such a long CC. You're up in the air. It feels like forever you're in the air when it comes to a team fight. A few seconds, but it's just a huge knockup. And I feel that the itemization for AV Redemption is really good also. Jarvan's already got himself an Aegis of Legion, and that aura is going to help out so much against Caitlyn, Jax, as well as Nasus. So I just really like the items over for Redemption.
So yeah, we just looking at the items, we're seeing like a huge difference in the way the teams are building their champions. So obviously the big difference for the supports are no Sightstone for Age, so he's definitely doesn't have as much money to spend on other items, and we can see that in his build. But taking a look at the junglers, as you commented, Jarvan with the Aegis compared to Nasus with only damage items. He's going for the Aegis now, but it's still a while to come, and that is a huge difference when you take a look at how tanky the teams are going to be. The arrow actually landing onto Janna, and she's going to be taken out right here by Kha'Zix. A lot of damage. Nami actually picking that one up on Aqua Prison, just whiffing, but doesn't look like going to be able to go for a tower dive off the back of that one. A good kill nonetheless.
A really good arrow from Ashe there, being able to engage a fight, and now the guys from Crux are on the back foot. These guys are trying to desperately defend the mid turret right now. All it's going to take is Zac to jump over that wall and start bouncing around. He could probably tank that turret for a good amount of time while the rest of his team cleans up a few members from Crux. Yeah. So much burst from Theophilus on that Kha'Zix.
Crux needs to be careful now as well. Kha'Zix has got the Leap Evolve now as well, so he can get those resets. He opted for the Q Evolve, then the Leap Evolve, and possibly the Spikes Evolve next when he gets to level 16. But until that happens, that's what he's going to be sitting on, and he's doing a pretty good job for his team. I like his, well, I'm interested by his build path actually. He's gone for the tier, which is fairly common, but then following it with the phage, he could just be going to be, a bit tankier and just aim to disrupt the enemy team rather than, go for those huge killing sprees.
He is getting burst down pretty quickly, but even though he is 0-3, he does have 4 assists, and that's the most assists in the entire game. He is doing actually fairly well. He's still keeping up on the CS with Zyra, and he's still a useful team member at this stage in the game. And it's very hard, especially for Kha'Zix, if you do fall behind to come back. But I think even though he is 0-3, he's doing pretty well to stay in the game and do a lot of bursts. And there you go, Definitely. He has picked himself up that Manamune now place.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for a Triforce as well. So going for a bit of a bruiser build. The Muramana obviously going to do a lot of damage when he finally gets the mana on that. Could we see an engage here? Spirit Fire going down just to clear out. Actually, Jarvan going in. The arrow as well to follow. It lands onto Windmill Gold. Riding the wave. Knocks me up. Nothing off the back of that. Everyone doesn't want to fight under that tower. So a lot of skill shots thrown out and nothing actually coming from it.
Yeah, Java knocked up 3 members, Ashe Arrow hit 3 members, and the Nami ulti also landed on all the members under that tower, but Redemption just feeling like they, I guess, couldn't back that one up. I think maybe if they coordinated that, all those spells together, they probably could have cleaned up, got an ace from that, under that tower. There was so much CC in that, but a lot of big cooldowns wasted their places. So Yuzume looking to go down onto Kha'Zix now. Caitlyn is also in the area. Zac is at the back. The Juke's from his ultimate, and he could be in a lot of trouble here. Wither goes down onto him, and he's going to fall. Jumps away. Will Zac be able to... There's a flash as well. Zac's not going to be able to save him. He's just trying to get out of there. Flash from Caitlyn.
Oh, he's done.
And there you go. He's gone.
Almost takes out Caitlyn, though. Nicely done. A lot of Jukes there.
So many jukes from Kha'Zix. Maybe if he evolved his ultimate, he could have got away. But evolving the ultimate is not so ideal. I mean, you do get the three stacks of invisibility you can use at any time you wish during that ultimate activation. But probably just not enough. All right, now the guys sieging going to get mid tower. There's a lot of presence for the guys over in Crux. Jack's jumping in onto Teals on that Nami, but no follow-up from the guys at Crux. They're going to look to try and do themselves. Dragon, no vision, no, over towards the Wraiths area. There it is, there's a ward down. So they will see if anybody from Avant is coming. And Dragon will fall pretty quickly here, I'd imagine.
Could have a fight actually. Zac is ready to jump in if he wants to. Has Let's Bounce. The tidal wave goes off as well. Going to knock up 3 people. The arrow to follow. Hits Weddy. Dragon is low. Could be a smite steal. It goes to Jarvan. Nicely done there. He picks that one up for his team. Let's Bounce. The Cataclysm as well. Weddy in so much trouble. He's really low. Ash sitting at the back getting so much free poke. But no, he gets jumped by Yuzume. But it's not going to be enough. He gets exhausted and taken out. Gotten absolutely no damage off because of that exhaust. Brilliantly done right there from your teammate. But looks like we're going to have Kha'Zix going deep, but has to back away, pop that ulti, and run out of there before he gets taken out. The rest of his team had a different idea, and that was the mid lane. Going to pick up this tower off the back of that one.
Yeah, Jarvan didn't even have to have Smite up to steal that one. He just stood at the back and it started attacking Dragon. So they picked up so much control, so much gold there, and objectives for Avant Redemption. They've got themselves one tower. There goes Zac jumping over the top onto Zucko. Zucko's in a bit of trouble, but he's going to have to stick around on the tower. So 2 turrets and a dragon, as well as a heap of kills for Avant Redemption, giving them a 6k gold lead 25 minutes into this game. They're up 2 towers as well as 2 kills. Well played.
Yeah, so right as I thought that this was going to be one of those games where both teams plays it super safe because of the close kill and gold score, they decided to go for an all-out team fight on Dragon, and it was beautifully done there. We thought Crux Gaming would actually secure that one in time, but a nice tidal wave from Nami forced them out of the Dragon Pit, and the secure went to Jarvan, as we said, so great job there. Nami doing a really good job actually with these Aqua Prisms and tidal waves to help peel for her team. So yeah, definitely a bit of an MVP shout out right there for Nami.
That's for sure. And Papa Smoothie making a good point in chat there. Bloodthirster is a bad choice on Caitlyn when behind. I do have to agree with him. If you're behind on Caitlyn and you are dying quite a bit, you just can't get the stacks up to do enough damage. Every time you die, you're going to lose half those stacks and it's just going to keep going down and down. Right now, Caitlyn hasn't died yet, but I guess we'll have to see. She has got it full stacked at the moment, but she hasn't been able to make any plays from her place.
Yeah, so I think Zuko actually started building that Bloodthirster for the laning phase because she was struggling a bit against the Nami Ashe lane. But the problem was, because she was struggling in that lane, she actually didn't get the item for a long time. And so now that she has it, we're in that team fighting stage, and it's just not as effective as something like, you know, an Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer kind of combo. So we're going to have to see how she deals with this bit of an issue throughout the game, or if it actually does help her because of the lifesteal. So, you know, it could still go either way.
Very true. All right, I was saying Zuko wrong. My bad. Was I saying Zuko? Was that what I was saying?
Yep. He actually says it as Zuko.
He says Zuko. All right, Zuko on Caitlyn. Oh, sorry about that, Zuko, mate. All right, so we got Avant Redemption just pretty much trying to clear lanes, keep them pushed up, and keep that map presence as high as possible. Wards out over Baron. Plenty of control right now for Redemption. And Axon procking a bit of Baron aggro there from his Sunfire Cape. Jarvan at the back doing wolves. He's a little bit out of position here. He does have an Oracles as well. He's just going to EQ over the wall away from Nasus. Kha'Zix now being the focus of attention for the guys on Crux. Will they make a play from this one? He can just escape pretty easily that place.
Yeah, he's got the Swift Boots and the Triforce now. A very uncommon build on Kha'Zix and a very uncommon Evolve order nonetheless. But as I've said, with the changes, anything goes right now. And he has 437 base movement speed, so he is flying around this map. He's got his Nikes on, but we see a bit of harass going on up here at the Wraiths. Both teams fighting over that bush. Which team gets it warded? It will be Crux Gaming. They'll be happy with that one.
Yeah, I think J4 took away the red buff as well. He does have that Oracles on. Plenty of wards over in that Wraith brush right now. Zac tanking the turret a little bit. Jack's jumping onto Caitlyn. Sorry, onto Ashe. And not going to be able to follow that one up. There's no minion wave. Everybody just wants to get this second tier top turret from Redemption. That is their next point. the next objective that they want to take down. Man, that Zac is so tanky, place.
Yeah, he's got the Sunfire Cape with the Warmogs now. So much health. He has about 4,000 almost. So he's the one to watch. Hit these engages. He's going to go for the slingshot any second now and pop that let's bounce for the team fight. But we're seeing a big gold advantage actually going to Avant now. 42,000 to 35,000, doing a good job to build that one up as this game has progressed.
Right, ghost pop from Nasus though, yeah.
Gonna pop the ultimate
him, he gets knocked up, he's going to die.
Oh, we totally talked over each other, but we saw the tidal wave go in. Zuko gonna run away, the Ignite ticking, actually survives the Monsoon, heals him for about 58 right at the end there. Looks like Java needs to be a bit careful, doesn't want to lose that Oracle, so he chose not to tower dive. Slingshot being procced, he's going in, landed it on Age, gonna be doing quite a bit of damage, but backs out. It's a 3v1, just zoning the enemy team. Takes absolutely no damage, honestly. Takes quite a lot of shots from the Zyra there, but not phased at all.
Yes, sorry, we totally screwed that one up. Won't happen again, guys. It's like you're walking down the street and you see a guy heading towards you, you move to the left and he moves to the left as well, and you're like, what do I do? That just happened there. So sorry about that. We're trying to make it up again.
Alright, so taking a look at the items now. Not much actually picked up on Crux in the last 5 or so minutes. Seeing, it looks like the Phantom Dancer being built towards on Caitlyn. She did actually buy the BF Sword and then the Zeal, so perhaps she was going for an Infinity Edge and decided she needed some movement speed instead. So, kind of a bit indecisive on her build path right now, and that could cost her if she can't build up a big item soon. An Oracle picked up on Janna as well, and that is in desperate need as well.
She hasn't died though. She's done pretty well to stay alive, keep herself, away from the bad team fights. But that being said, maybe she's just a little bit too cautious right now. Zuko staying too far back, not being able to push out that damage. He does have a fully stacked Bloodthirster though. But as you said, he's got Zeal and a BF Sword. I'm not sure exactly where he's going to be heading with that one. Zac now jumping over the top of Caliber net away from that one. Does avoid the knock-up, slowing down onto him. He needs to start pounding into him. He's just going back and forth. Not much orb walking going on. He's just walking back every now and then, throwing down a auto attack and just doing pretty much nothing to this Zac. There we go. Cataclysm down onto Janna. She's forced to flash out of that one. Zac does jump over the top, knocking up a few members of there. Nasus now, he's going straight down onto Zac. Zac is taking so much damage. His passive is up. He flash away from that one. A nice tidal away from Nami, though. There's a Caitlyn ultimate, not being able to pick up the kill onto Zac. Nasus is huge, just jumping around in the middle, doing so much damage. Nami a little bit out of position. Kha'Zix at the back, though. Will be able to get a few kills. There is the Zyra ulti, missing everybody. Kha'Zix jumps over the wall. Resets everywhere. Zyra's going to fall down. Double kill for the Kha'Zix, and wow, a double kill as well. Triple kill there. Wow.
That is the ace coming out for Avant Redemption, and this could see the end of the game. They only have the inhibitor and 2 towers to push down. Actually, the surrender vote comes out, and Avant going to be taking the game versus Crux Gaming in a 32-minute battle royale. Very well done.
Well done to Avant Redemption. Actually, both teams pretty close game. And in the end, it was 14-6 in favour of Avant Redemption. They're going to take out round 3 in the ACL Pro Online League of Legends tournament. This was cast by myself, Menace, and Place. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stick around, guys, because we're going to be covering a bit more next. We're going to have Artem and Noke coming in and doing the next match. Will not be long. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned.